Here we are, digging in with Tyler, episode 12.
Dun, 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 dun. This is Forrest Catlett from Deathwish. You might have seen Devin Price. He's from Deathwish. This is actually the vocalist, so thanks for stopping in.
Of course, man.
It's been a long time since I've seen you.
Has it? I think probably the last show I played or last show I was at. I don't get out as much as I like to.
I know, and it's kind of sad. When's the last show you played?
Last Tuesday. We played with the Acacia Strain at Reverb.
Oh, yeah, I did see you there.
Yes. Yeah.
I missed it,
not too
though.
long.
I did miss it, though.
That's okay. It was early. I think we played at like 7 that day.
Yeah, Acacia Strain went on at like 9 o'clock.
It was a nice, sweet show. That's like, honestly, I hate when shows go past 10.
Really?
Anymore, yeah. It's awful. It's like the worst thing ever.
Yeah, I left work early because I'm like, dude, it's fucking slow. We got 5 people working. I'm a delivery driver for people who don't know. We had 5 people working, like 3 delivery. Or no, not even. Like 1 delivery. And I'm like, fuck, I'm leaving. And I knew there was the show, so it's like, okay, I'm going over to Acacia Strain. I got there, ordered a beer, and they started playing.
Acacia Strain?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like 8:45. I'm like, Jesus Christ, I just got here.
Damn.
Just paid $15 to watch one band, but it was a hell of a show.
That was a memorable set. You're never going to see Acacia Strain in like a 200 cap venue like that. Like, barely ever. Like, they normally play like
big shows,
larger, Sokol Underground size venues.
Yeah,
I would say.
Dude, I didn't realize how small Reverb was. I'd never been there before.
Dude, favorite venue in Omaha right now for
Really?
sure. Yeah, I love the atmosphere and the closeness it creates. It's super tight, high energy, and yeah, definitely my favorite venue right now.
Yeah, I walked in there, and mind you, I'd never seen the venue before, so when I walked in, I was packed in by the doors on the back left.
Mm-hmm.
Lights are off, and I could see like the pit, everybody.
Yeah,
and then you could see the stage. Not until the lights were turned on did I realize how small it was.
Yeah, it's tiny. It's like a 200 person venue. Like, there can be only 200 people in that area. I think it's like 150, 200, something crazy.
And it was packed.
Yeah.
And it was a Tuesday night.
Yep.
Do you know why it got switched from Sokol to Reverb?
There's probably some business stuff to that, but essentially, I mean, you saw how packed that room was. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's Sokol Underground. With that, if you would have saw that crowd at Sokol Underground, it would have been a lot more distributed across the floor. So there's definitely, that is the reason they wanted more of like they wanted more that tightness and closeness and that atmosphere created by having a tighter packed room.
Yeah, and it was sick. I'm glad they made the change.
Yeah.
Granted, I had to drive 20 more minutes, but
yeah,
it was worth it.
Benson's always tight though. There's tons of good food down there.
Yeah? What's your favorite restaurant in Benson?
Favorite restaurant in Benson?
If you say Ika, you're going to be Peter Barnes' best friend.
I mean, I really do like Ika, but I don't know. Burrito Envy's crazy. I love burritos. So, I don't know. Burrito Envy. Maybe Ika. I don't know. It's just whatever I'm in the mood for. I really like checking out all the places around town that there are. There's lots of really good food here in Omaha. Like, people don't realize that. Like, you go other places, like, they don't have as much selection. Like, it's really crazy how much, like, good food we have here in Omaha. So.
I think your hometown always goes underappreciated until you visit somewhere else. Like,
yeah.
Omaha, we have everything. You name it. We've got restaurants. We've got tons of entertainment. But people talk so much shit about it. It's kind of upsetting. You don't appreciate it until you leave it. So, for example, there was one year we bowled nationals down in El Paso.
Yeah.
And mind you, El Paso is right across from like the Mexican border.
Yeah.
Everything in El Paso, the city closes at 10.
Wow.
Which you wouldn't think. So we bowled a shift at 7:30 at night, and we got done, and we're looking for places to eat. And all the restaurants are closed. In Omaha, you have shit that's open all night.
Yeah, 24 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I know I had kind of a similar experience down in Kansas City, Kansas side. They don't serve alcohol on Sundays.
Oh,
they have like a midnight or like 10 p.m. to midnight like cutoff for like alcohol. It's crazy. Like, so like if you're down there and you're like, oh, I want to buy stuff, because I think that was when I went down there for Warped Tour. Like, one time we stayed there in a hotel down on the Kansas side, and it was just not a good time.
Who's your favorite set, or what's your favorite set you've seen at Warped Tour? If you were to pick.
Like, if I had to do, I think that was like 5 years ago, that last time I went to work, because I didn't go to any of the final ones. Like, so I think the most memorable set, Enter Shikari was super tight. Because they put their, because they have their fake guitar cabs that they throw out, and then they start like surfboarding them, and I think because I've seen Enter Shikari twice at Warped Tour, and I got to see him once at Sokol Underground. That's a crazy band to see live. Like people don't really talk about Enter Shikari a lot, I feel, but that is like probably one of the coolest live sets I've ever seen.
I don't think they ever got the recognition they deserve. Like how big they are in England compared to how big they are here.
Yeah, they're like superstars in England. They moved towards they kind of made the same moves that Bring Me the Horizon did.
They got a lot more poppy.
Went poppy, which is cool. Like I really liked Minesweeper, which is like the album before the newest one. I think that there might be 2 new ones post Minesweeper, but yeah, I really liked Minesweeper previous, and I haven't really given a good chance to any of the new ones. But
yeah, the old stuff is what I grew up on. So,
yeah.
For example, like OK Time for Plan B and The Jester and all those old songs.
Yeah.
Ooh, so good.
Yeah.
Brings back good memories. But I know exactly when they were playing, because when they were playing down at Sokol, over at the Slowdown was
Straight from
the Path.
Crazy story that day. Me and Dougie.
Okay,
I'm gonna name somebody because me and him were out and about, and so so Parkway Drive played that day at the amphitheater. Yeah. So we bought tickets to Parkway Drive, to Beartooth, and to Enter Shikari that day. And so
it's an expensive day.
It wasn't, but a very memorable concert day. So we started our day off. We drove over to the amphitheater. We had a case of beer, and like those amphitheater shows, like you're sitting in line forever. So we crushed this case of beer while we're sitting in line to get into the amphitheater to see Parkway Drive. And we're at a crawl, so I don't condone drinking and driving. That's awful. But we were it's
and then a wink.
But we were just at a crawl, and we were like, man, we have all this beer. We're not gonna be able to take it into the venue. So we crushed it, and we're pretty tanked. And then so we stay there. I think we saw Hell Yeah and other bands, and it was and so the rest of the day we're like, hell yeah, because they were the entire time that's all that band says in between their sets. So we saw Parkway Drive, we dip, and then as soon as Parkway Drive's done, we need to go over to Beartooth over at Slowdown.
Mm-hmm.
We stay for Stray from the Path, then we immediately leave from there to go to Sokol Underground, and we got there right as the band right before Enter Shikari finished, and we got to finish the night out with Enter Shikari.
Boom.
Yeah.
It's a hell of a night.
Dude, yeah, it was a sick day. I got to make my own little fest, and I only had to pay, I think it was only $70, and I got to see bands I cared about. I'd pay $70 to see Parkway Drive. So I got to see Parkway Drive, Straight from the Path, and Enter Shikari.
Don't forget, you got to see Hell Yeah.
Oh, Hell Yeah. Yeah, that was...
I've actually seen Hell Yeah.
They're pretty good. They're a good band.
They're tight.
They get obviously they're popular for a reason, right?
Right.
Deathwish. Anytime we're in the van, we always listen to.
You listen to Butt Rock?
Oh, we listen to it. We jam it. We sing it. We definitely.
They have a song called Hell Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Alcohol and Ass. I think that's Hell Yeah. I think that song. Alcohol and ass, dude. That song is freaking hilarious. I know our last run Deathwish did with Remain and Sustain and with Crows. I played that so much because I had remembered that song right before we went out, and I posted in the group chat. I was like, dude, you guys remember this? And they're like, oh, and then I played it 5 times at least.
You should have made that your intro. What the fuck is that? We're Deathwish.
Alcohol. Yeah, just right into it.
And then bang right into it. I seen Hell Yeah. Actually, my first real concert I went to was Uproar Festival, and the headliner was Disturbed. But before that was Avenged Sevenfold.
Oh, Avenged Sevenfold was really good back in the day.
Yep, and then before that was Corey Taylor's band Stone Sour.
Okay.
And then before that was Hailstorm.
Wow.
And then up the hill. So
yeah. Where was this at? In Omaha? In the area?
West Fair.
West Fair? Amphitheater?
Yep. And then up the hill was the band Airborne. You had Hell Yeah. That's the first time I seen them. A band called New Medicine, which is a great band. They're not a band anymore.
Aren't they from down in the Kansas area?
New Medicine?
Yeah.
They're kind of local, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't remember where they're from.
I think they're still a band, aren't they? I swear, they just put out something.
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking of Young Medicine. That's who I'm thinking of. They're from the Kansas area.
So New Medicine's pretty damn good. Maybe they're from California. They have a California type of vibe.
Yeah.
I did see one of the coolest things I've ever seen, though.
What's that?
That band Airborne, they're from Australia.
Uh-huh.
I seen the guy climb up on the cabs. But he was I don't know how he got up there, but he was
this was one of your first concerts?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
He was on top of so imagine the stage and then the outline of the stage. He's like on top of the stage playing his guitar.
That's nuts.
Didn't jump though. That would have been like the slam dunk.
That would have sold it, right? It would have been the craziest show you've ever seen.
Yeah, that'd be like seeing. Can you imagine seeing Let Live for the first time, your first show, or seeing somebody like the Chariot for your first show?
What? It would be. I think Chariot was one of my first shows.
Really?
Well, one of my first shows like that. My first show was actually Slipknot, and that was so. I guess, and that was a show that they had a riot in, like, I think Iowa, like, or Council Bluffs banned them from playing the Mid-America Center for a while. Because there was like the stage got lit on fire. Somebody got tased on top of a cop car. Somebody died in the pit that night.
Okay.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I guess my first show was crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty. It beats mine.
Yeah.
Although my first show, I did see a lady get knocked out, and nobody hit her. She got knocked out, but nobody hit her.
Like the crowd surfer.
Yep.
Yeah. That's technically somebody hitting her. But
okay. Yeah. So she was crowd surfing back from the stage.
She was crowd surfing.
Yeah.
Did they drop her?
Yeah.
Oh,
crowd surfing back from the stage, gets into the circle pit, and whap.
I've seen some bad crowd surfs. I've seen people go into seizures.
Yeah?
Yeah.
In Omaha?
I think one. No, maybe. I don't know. I've been to so many shows, but I have seen people like get dropped and like go into a seizure after crowd surfing.
Ugh.
Yeah, I've only went super ham with the crowd surfing one time, and that was when I saw a title fight in, where was that? Wherever KSU's at. I think that's Lawrence.
Yeah,
I think that's
right.
Lawrence.
I don't know if we have any Kansas fans.
Yeah,
let us know.
Let us know in the comments.
It might be Lawrence, or no, it's not Lawrence. I think it's backwards. I think Kansas. Anyhow,
regardless, I saw a title fight down there. Wow, like I cannot. That band has been on a hiatus for a while, and I cannot wait for them to come back.
What's the band that just came back? Besides MCR and besides Rise or Rage Against the Machine?
Thursday, they just announced. So Thursday's played like multiple farewell shows, and they just announced that they're playing the comeback show for My Chemical Romance.
What?
Yeah. Do you remember Thursday? Really?
What kind of music are they?
It's like that emo rock. It's like
same,
emo
your type of stuff.
Yeah, kind of. Oh, definitely my type of stuff back then. Still love it today, but yeah, it was definitely my type.
Are you more excited for My Chemical Romance or Rise, or I keep saying
Rage Against the Machine?
Rage.
Love Rise Against.
Yeah, that's another
good
band.
band.
I miss them.
I saw them play like their final Warped Tour.
Mm-hmm.
That was really crazy, and I saw them again like prior to that at like Sokol Auditorium. I don't know. I've seen Rise Against actually quite a few times, but I'd have to say My Chemical Romance. I like Rage Against the Machine, but like I've never really gotten into them. I've mostly been like a fan of their singles. I've tried to deep dive on them a couple times, and it's just I don't know. It's just not. It doesn't click.
Yeah,
it's cool though.
Rage Against the Machine is one of those bands where you like know their big songs, but you can't, like you said, you can't listen to a whole album and feel connected.
Yeah,
My Chemical Romance.
I think if you're very like politically driven, you can really, and especially during that time, the political climate during that time is why Rage Against the Machine was so big. And I think it's like a lot of people have actually been talking about, like, due to the political climate right now, like
is why they came back.
Yeah, like maybe not why they came back, but I know like a year or two ago people were talking about this would be the perfect time for Rage to come back. So and it makes sense.
It'd be interesting to know.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure they're going to talk to the vocalist. I can't think of what his name is though. I wish I knew. That way I didn't seem like an asshole and say that guy.
Of Rage?
Yeah.
I have no idea. But he's
seems like a cool dude.
Cool front man.
I think they gained a lot of popularity because of like on Facebook they show you those throwback videos.
Yeah.
And the one where they play
at that festival. I don't even know.
Yeah, that festival.
They had popularity prior to that. You see that festival, they have tens of thousands of people in front of them, you know? I don't know. Rage is just one of those bands.
Limp Bizkit's better. What?
I love Limp Bizkit. I would say that I like Limp Bizkit more than Rage. But I'm also like into new metal, you know? So it's like
Limp Bizkit is so good.
They're tight.
Why do people not like that band? Fred Durst.
Well, Fred Durst is not a he's Fred Durst.
Yeah.
He's definitely rubbed some people the wrong way. over the years, and it's just how it be. I've never met him, never really had an interaction. I can just go by.
Why went as him for Halloween last year?
And that's a good costume.
It was pretty good.
Your costume at Halloween wasn't really anything, but
yeah, I know.
wish you should just redone the Fred Durst.
Bring back Fred Durst again.
Yeah, if you can't, just bring it back.
Oh, Fred Durst, so good.
Yeah, good. I would have to say Korn's probably my favorite out of all those.
Out of like Slipknot, Limp Bizkit.
Yeah.
All them.
And that new Korn album was super good.
I haven't listened.
It's like
have you listened to the newest Nickelback album?
No. I have not listened to Nickelback. I probably heard it on the radio when I was like 10. I don't know. I don't listen to them.
Nickelback's sorry, Deanna. I keep moving away from the mic. Nickelback's new stuff, it'll shock you because you'll be like, this doesn't sound anything like him.
Yeah.
It sounds modern. Like
yeah.
In our
it's crazy. So I know I listened I think there was like one time when I had to listen to the radio. I was subjected to listening to the radio. First world problems.
The worst.
The worst.
The radio nowadays sucks.
Everything. I listened to 89.7 and all the bands sounded the same. It's crazy. They sounded produced the same. They had like the same song structure, and they had like the same type of vocals. It was crazy to hear. I was like, this is nuts. There used to be such a variety in between like bands like this, but now it seems like they're all very much being like pigeonholed to sound like to have this like wider appeal sound, or however it definitely sounds like they have heavy-handed influences.
Yeah, it's not being distributed to like niche markets. It's more or less like anybody who's going to listen should like these people. It's not going to be like a band like, let's say, back in 1994, Rage Against the Machine, politically driven.
Yeah.
I don't think that would fly anymore.
I think you could do it politically. I think we are
starting.
So? I think we're starting to see a lot of politically, especially in like hardcore and metalcore. Like Year of the Knife. I can't remember what that newest album they came from, but it's definitely like in reference to police and stuff like that. And I think that's a lot of just like people are talking about a lot of the injustices in the world through metalcore and hardcore right now. And yeah, if you just listen to a lot of the bands that like are talked about in those scenes, they all do. Like Primitive Rage, we just played with them.
Yeah,
they're from St. Louis, Missouri. Super sick band. They're definitely, they have like political.
Were those the guys with the really long hair?
Some of them use they them. So yeah, but yeah, so they had the long hair. And Casey Strain is even like, Primitive Rage, y'all have like the best hair and hardcore or whatever.
I had pizza with him afterwards.
Yeah,
we went and got that Brickstone or whatever that place is called.
They're fun. We hung out with them prior to the show, and they were a really great group to just chill with. I know we kind of chopped it up and talked about, hey, we definitely want to maybe rock some things in the future.
Here's a question for you. So when a show is announced and you don't know another band that you're playing with, are you the type that goes up and introduces yourself, or do you guys play your show and then you say, hey, good set, and then mingle after? Does that make sense? Like, let's say you go to Colorado and you see band so-and-so is playing. Do you try to message them ahead of time and say, hey, listen to our stuff, we'll listen to your stuff?
No, I never really. I don't know. People are gonna pay like I feel like it can create an ingenuine presence to like if somebody's going to pay attention to my band when I play out of state, like not in Omaha or whatever, like that is going to be like more of a genuine connection. And if they enjoy themselves, they're actually going to come up to me and let me know. And that's kind of how I like to do it. I think a lot of people tell people, hey, good job. Right now. Like, I think I made a post about it a while ago, but like I do think there's a lot of that, like kind of like, oh, I like kind of like clout chasing to like get some recognition for yourself or some validation for yourself, and people just are constantly trying to like puppy dog to others to be like, oh man, your band's so good, and in reality behind closed doors they're just saying. So I try to keep myself true to that. Like, if you did a good job, I'll let you know. Like, I'll come up to you and let you know I enjoyed it. And that doesn't mean you're not, like, just because I don't come up to you doesn't mean I don't think you did well. It's just I didn't enjoy it. I'm on it when it comes to metal music. I'm not really like, I'm pretty picky. Like I don't have as like wide of a taste as I feel like a majority of people that listen to metalcore, hardcore, or any type of metal do. Like I'm pretty like, okay, I like the bands that I like and I like the style of stuff that I like. And if it's something's not within my taste, I'm not going to like go out of my way to try.
Is it hard to find new stuff now?
Yeah, I do find it really hard to find like newer stuff.
It's like overly produced nowadays.
Sometimes I think the stuff I listen to is not really like super overproduced. I could agree with like the more generic market, like of like metalcore, like like just the bands that do have choruses and try to incorporate like a lot of the poppier and more and like just generic stuff into
secrets.
It.
What?
Yeah, I'm not going to call anyone out. But there's a style of music, right, that is like that, and I do agree that that's very overproduced. But sometimes it ends up being really good. Like I know, like, I don't really enjoy them, but like Veil of Maya has like completely changed their sound and kind of gone in that direction. But they've been doing it in a very tasteful way, and they are very heavily produced. But people are seeming to enjoy it.
Yeah, it wasn't like a overnight change.
Yeah. Because I mean, I'm a big fan of like ID, like the album ID, and Eclipse was amazing. I can't remember the album prior to ID, but like that era of Veil of Maya was like
that 2008, 2009 stuff.
Woo. Specifically, Mowgli off ID is like one of the hardest songs ever.
I wish they would reproduce that album, like in nowadays technology.
If they brought ID up to now,
it hit so much harder.
Do you remember that album? Like,
I do. One of my favorite things to look up on YouTube, it's Veil of Maya studio session, and they play all their old stuff, and it's before they got their new vocalist. They had Brandon.
Yes, I got to see them. I saw them with Arsonist Guild of the Girls. They were it was Arsonist Guild of the Girls headlining with not their original vocalist, but the second one that did I can't report what was that album, the green album with the monster on it coming through like the portal.
You talking about
Arsonist? Yeah, I can't remember what that album's called, but it was the album that they did with the second vocalist because they went back to the original, but they were headlining, and then they had Veil of Maya like right before them, and I watched Veil of Maya, and it was crazy.
God, if Veil of Maya, like I said, if they were produced nowadays with the technology we have, like think about how much producing has changed. I mean, think about 2008 albums compared to 2019.
Yeah, it's and that's like another reason I think it's really hard for small like up and coming bands is because you have to be at like such a degree. Because if you think back, think 2006, they were picking up any metalcore band.
Yeah,
you could literally just record a metalcore album, and you could get signed by like Rise, Victory, or anyone.
Such
like,
nostalgia.
Yeah, like you could though. It's crazy. Like you used, but now you have to like. It's either you have to be liked by somebody that's in a big band, and then you kind of get like that like pickup from them, and like they kind of give you that little crumb of clout, right?
Check out these guys.
Yeah, right. They Twitter shout you, and you're like overnight, like you have like probably a couple thousand following you, and then or you have to actually like grind so hard and like you have to be an adept musician nowadays in like metalcore and hardcore. It's wild, like to get like to go without that. But I mean that's fair though, like to be fair,
it's
like,
almost as it should be.
Yeah, as it should be, because back in 06, like a lot of those bands were god awful. Like
you remember when that was a big deal though, before a band was signed. You're like, I hope they go to Rise, or I hope they go to this one, Sumerian, or I hope they go to so-and-so. And you had like, well, I would love to see these guys, but they're playing with Sumerian and not with Rise. And it's like, God.
Yeah, labels used to really have like a lot to say, but I don't really feel like labels do as much anymore. Like we have Varials on Fearless. Bloodbather just signed to Rise. Acacia Strain was on Rise. I think Kublai Khan's on Rise. Yeah,
I couldn't even name many artists that...
Yeah. Like, so it's crazy. Like, there's like, they're all over the place. I mean, like, you have Pure Noise and you have Unbeaten. And those are your hardcore labels, right? Like, I think Pure Noise is the one with Knocked Loose. And then Unbeaten has, like, Left Behind and Orthodox and stuff like that. And, yeah. So those are... The labels definitely feel like they gravitate towards certain genres, but it doesn't feel like they're against like not bringing. Because I think Pure Noise has like, don't they have like the story so far and stuff like that? Also, I don't know.
You probably know better than I do. On this
I want to say they do. I want to say they have bands like that also on their roster. So it's crazy. Like it's truly crazy. So.
It'd be interesting to see bands like The Story So Far and Knocked Loose tour together.
I mean, Knocked Loose went on tour with Boston Manor, who is like softer.
What?
Than you didn't. They played Knocked Loose open for them at Stir.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow. That's so strange.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's when Knocked Loose played with A Day to Remember.
Yeah, it was like A Day to Remember, Boston Manor, and Knocked Loose.
What kind of shows that? That's so weird.
I can definitely tell you the people that went there did
not expect.
there was like, what is this?
Yeah, I've got mixed feelings on Knocked Loose, but I can tell you they put on a hell of a show every time I've ever seen them. Oh my God, violence!
I saw them at the final Kingmaker show in Milwaukee. It was it was
in that big old...
No, it was not a big old room. It was a 100-cap room that was condemned because at a previous show, the showgoers had tore out a supporting wall from like running through it during the show. So it was condemned because it was deemed structurally unsafe. And then it's a 100-cap venue. It's a Kingmaker final show. It was Kingmaker, Left Behind, and Knocked Loose. Knocked Loose opened, and then there was 400 people in that room.
I think I remember seeing videos of this. Did you go Ty? Or
Ty came with me.
And he had a GoPro?
No. There's a guy that was there with a GoPro.
Gotcha.
If you look up Kingmaker final show, like, it's crazy to think because I know when I went up there, we had a friend in the car who was friends with Left Behind at the time. I believe they still are, not at the time, but we got to listen to Seeing Hell, Left Behind album before it came out when going up there. And like I look back on videos and then also like Knocked Loose was playing stuff off laugh tracks there. And I'm like, they played that song at that venue? I was like, I didn't even realize that. Like I didn't even remember that. So it was that is probably the most insane show I've ever been to, just because the cops ended up it was Knocked Loose, Left Behind, Barrier, but Barrier's set got crashed by the police, and the police shut it down, and then I was able to get back in because they're like, okay, one last band can play, and then Kingmaker got to play their final set. And
could you imagine if that show would have ended without Kingmaker playing?
So I already knew what the plan was going to be if they didn't get to play. They were going to plan another one and do it then.
Okay.
But they were able to play. But it's crazy to think only 100 people got let back in.
Oh.
So they kicked out 300 people, and the police counted the people coming back in. And then since I was with my friend that knew Left Behind and everyone, I was able to just get back in and act as I'm one of the right.
I'm part of them.
Yeah, I don't even think because we had quite a few friends, and I only think I think there was 7 of us, and only 4 of us got back in. I think 3 got left out. Yeah.
I did get... Actually, the only time I've ever been to a show and didn't get to see it from the inside. I was getting off work at Pizza Hut and forgot my wallet. I don't think I had it in my locker or in my car.
Yeah.
Had it at home. Got off work early, drove over to Lookout, and the Anchor was playing.
Yeah.
Went over there, and Josh Peterson's working, and whoever else is working the door, and they go, I need to see your ID, and I go, I'm check my pockets to go out to my car, and I go, fuck, I don't have my ID. And they go, well, due to liability, we can't let you in. I go, fuck. Can't go into the show. I just drove over here. I left work early. I had a camping chair in my car, and I sat right behind where the drummer is playing, and I live streamed. While the Anchor's playing their set, and those guys were so nice to me. Somebody told them about me sitting out there. Yeah, Deanna did. She said something to Lindsay and Corey and them, and they came out and they go, oh my God, it's so sad that you had to sit out here. What size shirt do you wear? And they comped me. It's very nice. They gave me a shirt and they gave me a CD and a poster and all kinds of nice stuff. But
that's tight.
It was a tight move. It was just a shitty.
It is. It is what it is, and that's You know, I think that's what sucks is about newer venues in Omaha that didn't get grandfathered in to the alcohol rules. Like, right, so Sokol Underground got grandfathered in, and there's a few other venues that got grandfathered in. But
what was the venue that was upstairs and it was across from Leavenworth Cafe? Do you remember this one? I think you've played a show.
Oh, yeah, the Sandbox.
Sandbox, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Ethan Ball had referenced a venue named the Sandbox, and I couldn't remember if that was it
That's
or not.
it. That's it.
Sick.
That's the one. But yeah, so it sucks because now Omaha is pretty much like, you know, venues need to make money somehow. The easiest way to make money off shows is alcohol.
Mhm.
And it's really like it. I think that's one of the big reasons, like why, at least for metalcore and hardcore, is that we're just seeing a decline in like attendance in Omaha. For the most part, is just because those younger kids
Can't get in.
They don't have easy access to like more regional or smaller national or local shows, because those shows are all happening at venues that are 18 up. Whereas, like, you know, I like if I was under 18 and I was like, oh, I gotta get my mom to go like notarize this, right? Like I did it before, because like I did it to go see Amir at the waiting room way back in the day. I think Unearth, like headline, it was Unearth, Amir, and I think Byleth, and there's like a couple other bands. That was a nuts show. That I saw that like 9th or 10th grade, something like that. But yeah, so I mean, I went through the notary stuff as a pain in the ass. I only ever wanted to do it for bands I actually cared about and heard.
Yeah, I was going to ask you. I mean, Austin Gall is going to be on, so if you want to pitch something to him, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
How do we improve attendance, or how do we improve attendance in Omaha besides, I guess, notarizing? Or how do you promote yourself to want people to go to your shows? How do you make people want to go?
Yeah, you know, I don't really have a good answer. I definitely think a first step is like maybe even coming together as a community to, you know, kind of maybe do like a co-op style all ages venue. Kind of just, I think that would be a really cool thing, especially for like the smaller shows, that because Omaha is an easy spot for bands to stop.
Yeah.
Like we're right on I-80. Like, you know, like we're right in the middle of the country. We have tons of interstates coming through. Like we got I-29, I-80, like whatever. So I definitely think like, you know, getting some of the bigger players together to kind of figure out how can we open up an all ages venue, you know, maybe make it co-op, make it a nonprofit.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, just make it kind of a community effort.
Was the Commons kind of like that at one point?
The Commons, I think, was always like that. I think it was always like a co-op, nonprofit styled venue, but now it's owned by a new who are they? I can't remember the company's name, but they're not like really a company. They're kind of like a nonprofit style business. But yeah, but they're more so doing like art, and I think they do some dance parties there, but they aren't. I think because I know Josh Peterson and I think a couple other people have reached out, and they don't believe they have interest in doing heavier shows, because that was an amazing venue. But but there's no reason why we can't like come together and figure out another amazing venue that we can get new blood in, right? So I don't know.
We should.
I think a first step is an all ages venue.
Let's take over Crossroads. Crossroads.
Something.
Could you imagine a show in the middle of a mall?
Yeah.
You got freaking circle pits downstairs and jumping upstairs.
God, Crossroads is sad, but
it is very sad.
Yeah.
Somebody brought up South Roads today.
Oh, that's like where Bob's Fitness and stuff is. Yeah.
I never knew like anything that was in South Roads.
Yeah. I think I remember it when I went there like once or twice when I was really young.
Really?
So it's crazy to think, cuz like Fort Crook used to be a main road before Dodge. Think about that. Before Dodge Street.
Tough.
Yeah, isn't that nuts? Like, so that street used to be like
popping.
One of the main roads in Omaha.
Do you agree with this, Deanna? What? That Fort Crook used to be one of the main roads in Omaha?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was like before Dodge Street and stuff like. So like before like we had that area.
Fort Crook. What's even down there is Big John's Billiards. Isn't that off Fort Crook?
Best food in the metro area is in Bellevue.
Okay. 100%. Shout out some restaurants. We need some sponsors.
We got Umami out there. Umami's fire. Golden Bowl. If you want Chinese, both fire. They got They got some, got Sinful Burger out there. That's Fuego.
Never been.
Well, it's not Ixtapa anymore. I don't know. There's like this really good Mexican restaurant out there that was Flame. Because I lived there for like 5 years, but
yeah. He used to live behind that gas station.
Yeah, yep.
Man, I got good memory.
Yeah, but yeah. So I used to live. Man, definitely. And I think they just opened up a Hawaiian place. Like I could go on about the food in Bellevue, dude. Oh, and then they got the Korean grill. Like I swear, like there's literally like I could keep going on about food in Bellevue because
then we need to put like a little thing that says 10 minutes later. And he's still going. Oh God, SpongeBob though.
Yeah.
SpongeBob is the shit.
Is it?
Yeah, I can still watch it today.
I can't.
Why?
I don't know.
Grow up.
I like anime.
I know. How can you watch anime but you can't like SpongeBob?
Because I mean, anime has like
Storylines?
more mature plots and stuff like that. Some of them don't. I watch some that are silly and just as like
Yeah,
like
Devin and Eddie
dumb.
went on about all these anime things, and I'm just sitting here like,
yeah.
okay. I never got into anime. Never did.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I remember like my parents never watched me watch Adult Swim, but I always snuck it.
Yeah.
I always was like, I
Channel
want to watch Dragon Ball Z.
51. Was it 51 for you?
Always 51, man.
Yep.
I remember I got in trouble so many times because I always just be watching it. And my parents be like, "Why are you watching that?" I'm like, "It's tight. It's people fighting each other and stuff." And the whole reason they didn't even let me watch is because I think when Adult Swim used to come on, it had like that. From now, like it was like a disclaimer, like everything from now on is PG-13, and my parents were like, "You're not watching this," and I'm just like, dude. I'm like, it's not even that bad. Like watching it now as an adult, I'm like, this, like, I don't really even care if my kid were to watch this.
I'm just like thinking back of all I can just remember like being at a certain house at a certain time, the feeling, like sitting in my bed, that black and white coming on, and then the little script, and then Family Guy coming on and falling asleep to Family Guy. Oh my God. So
Adult Swim used to be lit. I guess I don't really watch it now. I mean, we're like in a streaming age now.
Yeah.
Like I can just get on Crunchyroll or Funimation or Netflix or Hulu, or I think I've been checking out Sling TV lately. I've been able to watch like the new season of American Horror Story.
Oh, what is it?
1984.
Okay.
It's fire. Definitely top 3.
1984. What is it referencing?
It's like old, like it's like completely in like 80s slasher flick style.
Okay, that's pretty dope.
Dude, it's tight. Best one in a while. Not the best, but top 3.
Did you like which one?
Coven?
Yeah.
In Apocalypse. Coven and Apocalypse. I like both of them. Coven's tight. I think Coven's in top 3. This would probably be Asylum, Coven, and 1984. Not in that order. I don't know.
Asylum was dope.
I think Asylum would be my number 1. I just really liked Asylum. I thought Asylum was cool.
God, I haven't watched American Horror Story in a long time.
Yeah.
But it was to the point where it was like 6 hours a day. Like if I had time, I was watching that shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I have no time to watch anything. And funny enough, if I do have time, which is very rarely, I trade with Caleb Scow. Mm-hmm. He has access to my Amazon Prime, and I have access to his Netflix.
Yeah.
So after I found out after I got his Netflix password, I was watching the show Mindhunter.
Yeah. Yeah, Mindhunter's nuts.
Sick.
Yeah, it's a good show.
I watched that. I watched like 5 episodes one day and then a couple episodes the next. And then every time after that I try to get on, his mom is on.
Oh.
Bro, he's got him, his mom, his daughter, and me all in the same account. He didn't tell me that.
He grinding.
Yeah.
He pinching that penny, bro.
Yeah, he's giving out passwords to everybody.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, okay, God, it's been a long day, 10 o'clock. I just want to watch one episode. I'm like in the middle of an episode right now. And then
I feel like that's when everyone's watching an episode or something.
I got to watch a 3 a.m. No. This is what frustrates me. Sometimes at work, I'd want to listen to something. Uh-huh. So like there's there's another thing.
I have alarms. I forget about it.
There's another series that's called Confession Tapes.
Yeah.
Have you heard of it? Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
Anyhow, these people falsely confess to committing crimes and such. So I'll listen to them. Uh-huh. Because I'm addicted to like true crime and all kinds of crime stuff. So I'm trying to listen to it. 8:30 in the morning. And it says, Caleb is currently logged in. I'm like, dude, you cannot be logged in at 10:30 at night and 8:30 in the morning. Pick one.
Yeah.
Pick one. Because you're pissing me off.
Yeah.
I'm not going to let you use my Amazon Prime anymore.
Whack. Yeah, cut him. Cut it off, dude. Be like, you either need to upgrade to the family plan, taking my Prime back, bro. Got an ultimatum.
Funny enough, I get to see everything he orders on Amazon Prime.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, because he uses it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's nothing bad.
Oh,
it's just like,
just
could you imagine?
like a GIMP mask or something?
Yeah.
It'd be like, it'd be funny. I'd be like, okay, you do you, man. Have fun.
I'd screenshot it and post it on Facebook. Be like, Caleb, what are you ordering?
Yeah, because I know Caleb also, so it's just like thinking of silly things he would order. And I just like completely out of character.
The last thing you ordered was a Houston Astros hat, and they fucking lost in the World Series.
Dude, did he really order it? Like they got into the finals?
Yeah, he sure did. Sell out.
Oh man, yeah, bandwagon.
Yeah,
dude.
bandwagon.
Yeah.
They get in the World Series, and then you order the hat.
Caleb, why'd you get on the bandwagon, bro?
Oh my god.
We play Yu-Gi-Oh together because we all play with Mike Hobbs.
Yeah.
Like, or we over play over at Mike Hobbs' house, but yeah.
Who's all in it? You, Mike.
It's me, Mike,
Jake.
Yep, Jake's in it. You've met Austin, right? Sprinkle.
Mm-hmm.
Mike's cousin. Yeah, so it's me, and Connor. Connor Beck. Yep. So we all play Yu-Gi-Oh together every Tuesday and Sunday, and then Caleb joins when he can.
You know, Connor is one of those people who's like oddly smart.
Dude,
like he comes out like all aloof and like out of it, but he's so smart.
Dude, one of the best business people I know.
Yes.
Like if you talk to him about business stuff, like or money, like
he knows
he's
the
like,
shit.
Yeah, it's crazy. He's like one of the craziest like business people I know. Like, and it's great. Like he has no formal like education with it or anything. He's ever since high school, ever since I've known him, he's just been like super crazy with business and money.
Yeah, we talked about stocks one time. I don't know how I got into stocks.
Yeah, well, he does cryptocurrency, so
maybe that's how we got into it.
Probably.
We were at Anthony Peck's house. Strange enough.
I don't know who that is, but
well, he had a bonfire, and then Caleb showed up, and Connor Beck showed up, and then Mike Hobbs also showed up, which I didn't know Mike Hobbs knew my friend Anthony Peck. They all showed up, and then we got into this conversation about Berkshire.
Oh, that's probably where he got stocks.
Yeah.
He buys stocks and okay.
Yeah, he knew like everything on the dot. Like
he follows it all, man. It's crazy.
Smart dude.
Yeah, smart dude.
All right, let me throw it back really quick.
Yeah.
I just want to see your reaction to this.
Yeah.
Back against the Wolves.
Yeah, me and Mike. That was Mike and I, and then Abel was involved in that, and yeah, that was my first band.
It was it?
Yeah,
that's
that
one
was my
question
very
I did
first
want to
band.
ask.
Yeah, that was my first band.
It probably went. Let's see, Back Against the Wolves, which turned into Acadia with Ghosts Like You.
Yeah.
Ooh, you had one in between that and Deathwish.
I did was like. So I was like A Plague Between Us was Colin and Colton's band prior to Deathwish, and our original, one of our original second guitarist Michael, he was also in A Plague Between Us, and I saw them play a show. I really liked their music because it was like kind of that like sworn in beatdown style or whatever at the time, and they're like, oh, we're looking for a vocalist, and I was like, cool. So like I was like in between with Ghosts Like You and Deathwish, I was like kind of looking into that, like, yeah, I'd be interested. So I practiced with them a bit, did that, and it just like, I don't know, like it just didn't work out. So but then I was like, man, I really want to do music, and to my knowledge, A Plague Between Us kind of had like dwindled out, and I was like, yo, Colton,
So you stole them. You bought out their contract.
whoa, kind of, I don't know, I just was like, they just weren't doing much with Plague Between Us, and I was like, I want to do a band. Come do this band with me.
You gave him a booty call at 3 a.m.
I did.
Start a band with me.
And Michael joined too. Michael ended up coming too because Michael was on deployment at the time. But then when we got back from deployment, he joined us, and then and then we had obviously got Devin in on loop, and then that was.
Why would you bring Devin?
Oh, poor Devin. He's always the brunt of the joke in the band.
Devin's so funny though. He's such a lovable dude.
Kindest dude I know for sure. Has the heart of a lion.
I was about to say that. I was about to complete your sentence, even though it makes no sense. Heart of a lion.
He has a very, I don't know. I guess that doesn't make, I don't know. That's like that metaphor or whatever analogy. I always mix them up.
You know what one doesn't make any sense?
What?
I know it like the back of my hand.
What's that?
Like,
oh, wait, that? Oh,
yeah.
I
That just makes no sense.
You know
like,
something like
you know it
back
like
of
the
your
back of your hand. You ever
Like
just
you
look at your
knew
hand? No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I couldn't tell you I
See,
can
it
tell
doesn't
you,
make sense.
but it's supposed to, like, it makes sense like in a metaphorical type way, bro.
Okay, deeper thinking.
Yeah, man, you got to think about it.
But yeah, I'm glad you got Devin in your band.
Yeah.
First time I seen you guys, I thought to myself, Devin is gonna break his cymbals.
Yeah, dude, he
He
goes so hard
Plays
live.
hard as
He-
shit.
yeah, it's tight though. I love when Devin gets all angry
Ding,
back
ding,
there.
ding, ding. Just hits
He
wide.
he stands up and he yells and he gets all mad. Love it. I'm like, yeah, bitch.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's
Hey,
go.
This is kind of a question from me to you, not necessarily like questions that people may want to know. Do you show everybody your lyrics? Like in the band? Does everybody know your lyrics, or do you kind of keep that to yourself?
I don't know. They kind like I showed them. Like I was like, yo, just finish up lyrics for this song. Check them out, and they're all like tight. Like they look cool. I don't really get a like. They usually let me kind of because I don't know.
I was gonna say, do they have to give approval even though it's your
I
own
don't-
writing?
No, I mean I don't know. I feel like I don't know. Usually, like if they see like something, they'll mention it, but I don't really get that often. I feel
Right.
like I've had enough practice writing lyrics to the point where they're like, yeah, sounds good for us. Like
What-
they're
One of
pretty
the reas-
cohesive anymore.
One of the reasons I ask is because I can remember, it's one of these crazy reminiscing type of things. I can remember walking with Jeff one day, and we're talking about the band he was playing in, A Sound in Sight,
Yeah.
and I knew the lyrics to the song and he didn't.
Huh.
And he was messing him up, and I'm like, Jeff, that's not the lyrics. Like, how don't you know the lyrics? But in this case, Sean didn't show him the lyrics.
Yeah.
So I was kind of curious if you guys actually...
Yeah. So
Share 'em or
it's I mean I show them, and I think they learn the ones that they resonate with,
Mhm.
and then they like I see them on stage when we're together, and I see them screaming some of the lyrics, and I know Colton's definitely he always be hitting lines with me.
Yeah.
So I love that.
Colton goes hard.
Love that dude. But he does. He's ham on stage. But I mean, man, that's one person that just has great stage presence. He always has had great stage presence. Like when they were in Plague Between Us, like that, he's definitely like he has energy and like he knows how to like move on the stage. Like that's one thing he's like super good at. So
He's like the unsung hero, you think?
unsung hero.
Or is he just the hero?
I don't know. He's just got good stage presence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I asked one of the last podcasts if you were to nominate a president of the scene for Omaha, who would it be? It'd be tough. I know it kind of puts you on the
I
spot.
mean, I think Austin knows I love him. Me and him have different views on things, and I think we disagree sometimes, but mostly we agree. But I would have to say Austin.
Boston.
Gall.
Ah, haha.
Yeah, he has the means to do it, and I know he means well. So,
Austin.
like, yeah, he's got the biz down right now. He's definitely got a strong.
Have you been going to the emo nights?
I've been going since the first one. I haven't gone to every single one of them.
How did those get big around here?
Dude, they were big in LA.
Oh,
So like, but
gotcha.
they weren't even like, emo night is emo night LA.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing is like, it came like emo night started in LA. Like I remember, I think like one of the first ones like they got Skrillex or Sonny Moore to come
Yeah.
back and like do From First to Last, and that's like was huge. Like that's what blew it up because I think they were doing it prior to that. But like the one where they brought Sonny back and got From First to Last to like reunite was like that was huge and that
Sick.
blew up. And they started kind of going international. They were doing it in Texas. Or not international, national. What am I? It's not worldwide.
They're in
I don't know.
China.
They might be worldwide now. I don't know. I don't know if they've tried to do like one in like Europe or anything like that. But I'd be cool. That'd be tight.
That would be tight.
So they just went national and they were doing them in Texas, and I think they were working with Third String, so Austin's like parent company, and yeah. So I think they just ended up feeding their way into here. And the first one was Emo Night LA. Like they had the DJs that do it in LA on tour, and they came and they did it, and it's been a thing since. And I mean, I just think that there's a lot of like. There's a big market for that type
Yeah,
of
it
music.
crushes here.
Yeah, I think it crushes everywhere it goes. Like all the emo nights are always popping.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well, even I tried to go to one. I'm trying to think what night it was. It was a weekday. I tried to go to one, and then they had something after it. It was like emo night, and then some like 90s throwback or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was sold out.
Yeah, they sell out. They sell
On
out pretty-
weekdays. It's
Yeah.
nuts.
Yeah, dude, they're popping, man. They're fun. It's like it's a really cool experience.
I need to end up going to one. Otherwise,
I think
Austin's going to be not so...
The May Day parade one's in like 2 weeks, but they're only going to do like the emo night thing for an hour and then do like a May Day parade's going to come on and play.
How often do they do them? I shouldn't be asking you this. I should be asking
yeah,
Austin.
Yeah, they've been doing them for like, I think lately. So we've had one monthly, like over the last 4. Like we're gonna have one in December. We're gonna have one this month. We had one last month, and we had one in September.
Jesus.
So, but normally they're quarterly.
Gotcha.
Normally they're like quarterly, but like Austin's really showing out for the end of the year. And I mean, the people, the community's there. Like the community always comes out. There's always like 300 plus people.
Right. And I mean, it's in a good spot. Benson's pretty...
Yeah, and
Pretty
it's
poppin'.
it's a good, like, I don't know, personally I would only go to one quarterly, but there is like a large majority of the people that I don't think would mind going to that monthly.
And there's people that travel for them.
Yeah, there's people that come, across
Or
across
even
the states.
follow it. Like, I know
Yeah.
a couple of people went up to, I don't know if it's Milwaukee or Minneapolis. I can't remember which one it was.
Probably Minneapolis.
Yeah, they went up there for it. It's like, that's a fucking 8-9 hour drive to
Yeah.
go to this thing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Emo Night's tight.
I'll have to end up going to one. But let's talk about your bando. I did want to catch you after your post that you made a couple months ago. And do you remember that post?
Yeah, I think I just referenced it earlier.
Can you elaborate on that a little bit?
I guess the best way to elaborate on it is that, like, I was just kind of in, like, a mindset of being, like, fed up of people kind of, like, that fake praise, right?
Yeah.
Like, just kind of, like, saying, like, I would much rather take constructive criticism so that, like, me and the boys can get together and be like, okay, well, like, we've actually had some, like, respectable people tell us, like, hey, you could improve this. Like, do we want to improve that? Do we like it the way it is? Like, how could we improve that? Right? So, like, we could go back and kind of talk about it amongst ourselves. But I do feel like there's just, like, a lot of people that just, they don't do that. They'd rather just, like, hate behind the scenes instead of just, like, being genuine.
So when are you guys playing next?
So,
Not sure.
no, yeah. I mean, we've said that we're not going to be playing shows in Omaha for a while. We're going to be playing out of town shows. We are talking about doing a show before the end of the year in Kansas City, kind of just like a super quick one. And we're just going to be playing out of town. First half of 2020 is the goal. I think we're going to, I mean, like, things change. Like, if somebody came to us and was like, yo, this show.
If they said, hey, Barrier's playing.
No, I wouldn't play Barrier. I wouldn't. I'd go to Barrier. I wouldn't play it.
Oh, okay.
I'd go, but I wouldn't play it.
What about Knock Loose?
Mm-mm.
You'd have to play with somebody. Who would you play with?
Fudge. So somebody that I would think be worth, like,
Coming back for? Kitty.
Hey, Remain, if you're listening. Remain and Sustain, if you're listening. If Remain wanted to go on another tour with us and they're like, yo, can we hit Omaha? That's the only reason I'd play. Like, if I was doing, like, if that, like, right, if somebody wanted to do, like, a week-long run or a 2-week-long run or even, like, a weekend and, like, like, we need, like, they had a desire to incorporate Omaha in that, like, if they're, because normally, like, in those, like, you tend to, like, yo, you book your hometown date, we'll book our hometown date, we'll swap it, and then we'll figure out in between, like, get it filled out in between it. So, if, like, Remain and Sustain, the boys, I love those guys. Oh my god, that's honestly my favorite underground band right now. 100%. And I've got to play with them. I've got to go on, like, a run with them. Like, it's crazy.
How big are they right now? Like, how many?
They aren't that big. They aren't that big. They aren't getting like, I mean, they've had some viral posts, like, and stuff like that, and I think they're finally starting to catch that wave, and I think they've been on that wave. Because I remember like 2 or 3 years ago, like, I found, like, somebody shared Snails when they first dropped it, the music video for Snails. And I heard it, and I was like, this band is going to be doing big things one day. And yeah.
It's always the best when you catch them before, like, if you catch a band before they get big.
Yeah.
It's always the best feeling.
Yeah. I mean, I remember caught Neck Deep when they only had like 500 likes on Facebook.
Damn.
Yeah.
Now look at them.
Yeah, that's like because I listened to them right when We Are Triumphant signed them and dropped a Part of Me. That's like because I followed We Are Triumphant due to like Traders and Sworn and everyone being on that, and then like as soon as they signed Neck Deep and dropped a Part of Me, like I listened to them and I looked at their page. I was like, oh, that was really good, and I was like, oh, they only got like 500 Facebook likes. I'll like
And now
this.
look at them. They probably got a million.
Right? They're like they're the modern Blink 182. So yeah, crazy stuff, man, crazy.
It's nothing better than doing
So I
that.
guess So back to the question is, if there was an opportunity, and this isn't even saying if Deathwish would play a show because of this, like we'd have to talk about it.
Right.
But in my opinion, the only way we'd play a show before summer 2020 is if we were on a run with somebody and they had a desire to play Omaha or asked us to do like, yo, book your hometown, we'll book our hometown, right? Something like that.
Yeah, hopefully Omaha's listening, or hopefully your favorite bands are listening.
Right, or homies that want to.
Or I mean, if Remain and Sustain's listening.
Yeah, Remain. Ian, Michael.
We shouting out names now. What the heck? Oh yeah, I forgot the plugins right there. So like Kick It. That's so funny.
Wow, Ghosts, spooky.
Oh, what's that band that just broke up with Crows?
With Crows.
Devin was so bummed that those guys broke up.
Yeah, no, I mean we just went on a run with them, and
You guys did it.
shout out to all the homies.
You guys made them break up.
Oh no. They had that. I can't get into that, but
Sure,
yeah,
sure.
they had their reasons and stuff. But love those. That was honestly, I'm really glad that we got to be part of that run with
Right.
Remain and with Crows, and it's cool that we got we were a part of that final piece that they got to send off with. So
You got to send them off, and
yeah,
they're on their way.
yeah.
Well, it's been an hour. We're gonna do some questions in there, but to wrap this up, plug your band, plug anything you have going on.
Yeah, bet. So Deathwish, we're trying to put out like a little 3-song EP before the end of the year. So you'll probably be seeing that. We won't be playing Omaha till 2020, so or summer 2020. So if you want to see us, probably gonna have to drive, unless as stated, we get we get to work with some cool people. Yeah.
Let's tag some bands. How about this? I'm going to put a call to arms. Tag some bands that Deathwish needs to play with in Omaha. And maybe we can get something going. Maybe we can get some traction. But until then, we out of here.
Yeah.
Peace.
Peace.
That's my misery!